As you continue your journey toward optimal health, you will need to understand the basic principles of hormones. And I'm going to make this short and relevant so that you can come back and rewatch it as many times as you need to. The body can be broken down into two main parts, and anytime you hear something about the body, you can just put it into one of these two buckets pretty much. All right, one is blood and two is cells. Now you know what blood is, and it's basically the same everywhere. Yes, there are very small differences between veins and arteries, but unless you're in the ICU, those don't matter. So for our purposes, blood is just blood, okay? The rest of your body is nothing but a bunch of cells. These cells use blood to send things to each other. Now that's not the only way they can send things to each other, but it is the main way, okay? And that's it. So you have a bunch of cells that send things to each other through the bloodstream. All the other systems in the body are either cleaning the blood or getting rid of waste, all right? And almost all your cells, pretty much every one of them, has blood coming to them. There are a couple exceptions that get blood through other or get nutrients and stuff through other ways, but basically all your cells have blood coming to them. So all your cells send messages through your blood to the other cells. Well, how do they do that? Okay, well, they can't pick a specific cell to send things to. I can't say as a liver cell, I'm only going to send a signal to this other cell. They just have to put it out there in the bloodstream, and whoever's listening can hear it. And this is a great thing, because unlike us, all of our cells are on the same team, so there's no reason for everyone not to know everyone else's business. And this keeps everyone on the same page at all times. It's like a perpetual team meeting. So the way that they tell everyone is by sending out a hormone, okay, which is just a molecule. That molecule goes into the bloodstream, and then any cell with receivers for that hormone, which we call receptors, can hear that message. And then depending on what type of cell got the message, it will do a certain thing or things when it gets that message, all right? So that's it. So that's how cells communicate using hormones. One cell sends a hormone out into the bloodstream, and any cells with receivers for that hormone get that message and then do what they're supposed to do based on what type of cell they are, all right? So that brings us to hormone sensitivity and hormone resistance. Now these describe the same process, they're just opposites of each other on the spectrum. Hormone sensitivity is when cells do what they're supposed to do with a small amount of hormone in the bloodstream, a small amount of signal. They're sensitive to that message. And then hormone resistance is when the cells need a large amount of hormone or message to do what they're told. Okay, so when someone says, for instance, I'm insulin resistant or insulin resistance, they mean that the cells aren't responding to the insulin in the bloodstream like they should, so then it makes sense that the pancreas, which is what produces insulin, would put out more insulin to send a stronger message to the cells to get them to do what they're supposed to do, because those cells are resisting the insulin. They're resisting that message. Okay? So that's it. That's what hormone resistance is, and that's what hormone sensitivity is. I hope this was helpful. It was meant to be short and sweet so that you can bookmark it if you want to and come back to it as many times as you need to. I'll see you in the next one.